to me, what I'm realizing is how much mindset plays a bigger role than anything else when we're trying to get into business. And I wanted to kind of speak to that for anybody who is having fear for trying something new. Maybe they want to launch a podcast. Maybe they want to launch an online course. What are some of the key mindset things that we need to overcome that we could be paying attention to that could help us through that newbie journey at the beginning?
That's a great question. And I think one of the first things we need to look at, and I think, let's say the people I coach, I'm teaching them how to monetize a skill online. Most of them have never done it before. So it's a complete new thing. Selling themselves online and charging money for it, it's new. And oftentimes they will enter the space saying, I'm so bad at selling, or I'm so bad at marketing, at speaking on camera. I'm so bad at this. And so my next question is, have you done this before? And many times they go, no, but I know I'm bad. Have you really ever tried to do this before? And if the answer is no, then I want you to start changing the I'm bad at this, or I'm not naturally good at this, for I have no experience in this. I still have no experience. And of course you will feel, and maybe it will even be true that you suck at first, and it's okay. But you need to just step into the space knowing, hey, I have no experience in this. It will probably take me a little bit of time and energy to collect experience. I will probably suck at this for a little bit, but if I keep going, when I started creating online courses, you should see the material. Like, I want to pull out my hair. It's cringy. It was bad. I'm not just saying that. It was bad. I looked very tense on camera. I didn't know what I was doing. I was filming with a phone with a light that came through the window, and my kids were around, so it would be interruptions. And I kept going, and I think the reason that I could keep going is because at no point, hey, I'm so bad at this. All the time I was thinking, I'm gaining experience. I'm getting a little bit better. I would invest, of course, in learning from other people, and I would get a little bit better and a bit better. And so the discomfort, we will always feel that when we're doing something new. What is not okay is to bring yourself down, being hypercritical, comparing yourself, your day 1 to day 1,000 of someone else, thinking, I'm so bad at this. You're not. You just need more experience.
Yeah, this is true. And it's funny because oftentimes when we're trying something new, we're going to look for some people that have done it before. We're going to look for inspiration, and we're going to see only people that are on their day 1,000. And it's almost like, okay, I need to do a bit of market research, but in the process, it becomes extremely intimidating. Is it something you still advise to do, or is there a point where you have to be like, shut off all the information intake? We just need to go out to produce information.
I think it's a mix of both. I think really moving forward has to do with one foot is about information, and you need some information. You need someone to teach you things. I'm of the opinion that, that the saying is truth. Before you go through a season of earning, you need to go through the famous season of learning. And so I'm always in for that. And then at one point, you need to take action. You need to stop waiting till you feel absolutely ready, because you will never feel absolutely ready, at least in my opinion. So at one point, you just have to take the leap and go for it anyway, even if you don't feel ready. Because, and that in my experience, dealing with the self-doubt and the not feeling ready, it happens at every single stage of the journey. Every time you're going for something a bit better or a bit different, you will still feel all the self-doubts coming, but you will have more muscle to face them.
You talked about how when you started, you were able to kind of identify that, hey, I have no experience, as opposed to labeling yourself as someone, oh, I'm bad at this, which often is the energy that stops us in our tracks when we start something new. Had you had experience with like being conscious of your mindset or your self-talk? Is it something that kind of naturally you've always had kind of a positive attitude that carry you through this? Or were there certain things that you've actually went to learn even before getting into business so you could be ready to face these challenges? Because most people get stopped really early.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I was blessed enough to have, first off, I'm not naturally positive. So contrary to popular belief, because I teach confidence and mindset, it's not something that comes naturally to me. I tend to be a lot more fear driven and anxiety driven. And so I really had to learn how to use those energies to propel me forward. But I think when I really realized that I had to upgrade my mindset was when I had been working as a mindset coach for a long time. So I should have known my stuff by then. And I was okay doing what I was doing. But when I started facing this moment in my life where I realized, hey, I'm working all day long. I'm pretty good at what I do. I have a full schedule, one-on-one clients everywhere, small live events or bigger live events, but something was not right with the way I was doing it. I was exhausting myself. I was driving myself to a burnout. And when I thought my schedule could not get any busier, I became a mom. And that's where I faced rock bottom regarding my mindset, because I realized that no positive thinking was helping me, because I was sitting there and trying to be positive and thinking, well, I just need to organize my schedule better. I just need to, and I will be able to do this. And it didn't work. I actually had to face the reality. Full reinvention implied also reinventing my mind. And when you go from working on your own and being independent and you suddenly start thinking along the lines of starting a business, my entire mindset had to change. I had to change the way I thought about money. I realized I had a level of, for example, of income. I was used to that and I couldn't go past that. I realized I was working 12 hours a day and I could not free myself from that kind of mindset. And so when I was not hustling, feeling guilty, I was like, what am I doing? But now I had a baby in my hands. And so I'm like, feeling guilty all the time. I'm not being a good enough mother. I'm not being good with my mindset coaching business. And that's where, rock bottom hit me hard. And I thought there has to be a different way. There has to be a different way of making business. But it started with my mind. There has to be a different way in which I can see myself using my skills and talents in a different way. And so, I think it's a path a little bit like this. It goes on up and down with the mind.
Thank you so much for listening to the Selling with Love podcast. We have some previous episodes you can tune into right here. And if you prefer the short form content where you get to the point in under 10 minutes, we do have a ton of clips from our best episodes that are being shared on this channel as well. So pick which one supports you the most. And of course, thank you for liking, subscribing, and of course, selling with love.